Hey everybody, this is Danelle. Hope this finds you doing well. Today we're going to go over some of the news stories of the past week, particularly with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market after the SEC filed lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance, as well as some interesting news that's coming out of the NFT space as well. So let's go ahead and get to it. As usual, let's start with the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin currently trading at about $26,438, up a tick over 1% over the last 7 days. We have Ethereum trading at $1,725, and it's down a little by 2.29% currently. And then we go to the rest of the top 10. XRP is down a little bit at more than a little bit actually at 6.57%, currently trading now under that 50% range. Cardano also not having a great week either, down 4.44%, currently trading at just above 26 cents. We also have Dogecoin, which is still hanging in there as the top meme coin in the top 10, currently trading at 6 cents. And then we have Solana rounding out the top 10, trading at 15 cents. And it's had a bit of a beating since it was trading at around that $20 range for a long period of time. It has now dipped all the way down to 15. It actually went below 15 for a little bit, and now it's bounced back up to $15.52, and it's about 2.83% down over the past 7 days. So if we go to the Bitcoin charts, you can see, and a lot of this has to do with the news that came out in the SEC and just kind of what's going on in the macro environment, where we're still having some issues with inflation. Inflation has seen a tick down. So we're seeing that the inflation numbers are starting to go down a little bit, which is something that the Federal Reserve wanted to happen as they continue to raise interest rates. So they did pause. They announced earlier this week that they were pausing the interest rate hikes. So there is not an interest rate hike this past month. And so with that news, Bitcoin, as well as other assets in the cryptocurrency market, saw a bit of a dip earlier this week, but now it's starting to recover. As you can see, Bitcoin had gone down below 25,000 in that 24,008 range, and now it's bounced back up, and it is currently trading in that $26,000 range. So we'll definitely be keeping posted as to what's going to happen over the next week or so, next following few weeks, I should say, to see if Bitcoin is able to continue to make a little bit of a climb up, or if it's going to stay in this range that we've kind of been trading at between 22 and 27,000 really over the last couple of months. So one of the biggest news stories that came out in the cryptocurrency space towards the end of this week is that BlackRock, which is the largest asset manager in the world, the largest investment firm in the world, I've heard numbers from $8 trillion to $10 trillion of assets under management. They are a multinational investment company, as you can see here. They just filed for a spot ETF with the SEC. So the Security Exchange Commission, as we know, it regulates securities laws, and they are applying for a spot ETF. So what is a spot ETF? A spot ETF is basically an exchange traded fund. They're applying to have it traded on the NASDAQ, which is known as a very tech heavy exchange, but they are applying to have this ETF, which basically gives investors, particularly larger institutional investors, the opportunity to be able to trade off of Bitcoin's price without actually having to hold Bitcoin, without actually having to go to a cryptocurrency exchange and buy crypto and then change it over to a hard wallet without having to go through some of those steps. Now, just like trades when you're buying stocks or other securities on these platforms like Robinhood and Schwab and Fidelity, you can now get exposure to Bitcoin without having to own Bitcoin itself. Actually, BlackRock would be buying the Bitcoin, and it would be custodied actually by Coinbase. And they're also going to be using, I believe it's the Bank of New York Mellon, to hold the fiat, any money that also is involved with this spot ETF. So it's actually could potentially be a win-win, not only for the cryptocurrency space in general, because of BlackRock and their basically their dominance in the investing realm, but also it's going to provide an opportunity for a lot of institutions and for a lot of retail traders who didn't have exposure or wasn't interested in having direct exposure to Bitcoin can now trade this ETF, which would trade according to the Bitcoin at spot. So that's why it's called the spot ETF. It's trading at Bitcoin prices right on the spot. So it will be interesting to see what happens because BlackRock, as we mentioned, is the largest asset manager in the world, but it also is one of many investment firms who have tried to apply for an ETF and has failed. So we will see if BlackRock, now that it is one of the bigger players in the investment realm, if they will get a chance to now have this Bitcoin ETF approved, because up to this point, everyone else who has tried, including Grayscale, who's one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world, and they were rejected. So we shall see if BlackRock will be a part of that list of rejected applications, or will they be finally the first successful launch of a spot ETF. So we shall see. Bitcoin definitely has seen a little bit of a bump up off the news. This came off on Thursday, right at opening markets. And now we've seen that Bitcoin and a few other cryptocurrencies has rebounded a little bit from earlier this week. So definitely we'll be keeping an eye out on that and looking forward to hear what happens, especially since the SEC has been going after some of these cryptocurrency exchanges, calling certain cryptocurrencies securities. Will they actually do something positive in the cryptocurrency space by approving this spot ETF? So time will tell. So we're going to go ahead and do a U-turn and go and talk about the NFTs that are dominating the news currently. As we know, we're starting to see a lot of major Web 2 companies starting to make their foray into the Web3 space, into digital assets. We saw Nike have some success with their acquisition of the Web3 native company Artifact, and they have now launched a number of different NFTs, as well as an NFT that was redeemable for a physical Air Force One. And now Adidas is jumping on that track as well. So they have now collaborated with a young artist named Ferocious, and they are going to be launching an NFT, and certain NFT holders will have access to this launch. And then they will have a public sale. So they'll have an allow list for people who own particular NFTs. And if you do not own those NFTs, then you can be a participant in the public sale, which will be after the allow list sale. And all in all, once all of those NFTs have been sold, then in August, I believe it is, you'll be able to redeem that particular digital asset, that NFT, to be able to get this Adidas times Ferocious original sneaker. So you will be able to get this branded sneaker from Ferocious and Adidas. It's going to be called the Campus 00s, and this is the shoe. And you can go to this website here, collect.adidas.com/ferocious, and get a chance to get all the details regarding the launch. Check out what the sneaker looks like, see the timeline, the different phases. As you can see here, here's the allow list. It looks like they have 3 tiers on the allow list, on starting on June 22nd, this upcoming week, and then they will have the public sale soon thereafter. So just something very interesting to see. We're noticing that a lot of major companies, we just heard about Louis Vuitton. If you go to our Instagram account, we post there basically every day, and we talk about various news stories that come out in the NFT and cryptocurrency space. And Louis Vuitton is jumping into the NFT space as well. That's obviously a major luxury brand. And we've already seen some of these major sneaker brands get involved with NFTs as well. So we believe that NFTs are going to continue to move forward. NFTs are definitely more than profile picture projects. They're more than profile pictures. They're not just pictures of animals and cartoon characters. They can be used for a lot of different things. So we're definitely going to keep you posted on what's going on. But as you can see here, Adidas, one of the top major sportswear brands in the world, is now getting into digital NFTs being forged and merged into physical products. Also, Puma, another major sportswear brand, has collaborated with LaMelo Ball. He's an NBA basketball player, as well as Web3 native company Gutter Cat Gang, to roll out what is being called the Gutter Mellow shoe. So, similar to what Adidas is doing with Ferocious, they are going to be creating a digital asset, an NFT, that can then be used to redeem for a physical shoe. So this is a picture of what the shoe looks like. It has a little bit of that Gutter Cat Gang. If you're familiar at all with that NFT collection, um, it does have a little bit of their flair on the shoe and these bright colors that apparently LaMelo Ball as well is known for when he wears his sneakers. And so these are going to be custom sneakers that LaMelo and the Gutter Cat Gang and Puma has now collaborated together to create. So as you can see here, this is the Gutter Mellow, and they have a dedicated website here. If you go to guttermellow.com, you can find out more information. I believe the launch of the mint for the NFT is at the end of this month, but you can go here to this guttermellow.com website and find out all the information that you need to see how you can get this very colorful sneaker. And it's, of course, it's a limited edition. I'm not sure exactly how many. It looks like the NFT is going to be on sale, as you can see here, June 29th. And then you can redeem the sneaker anytime between July 18th and August 20th with that NFT. And these are the prices here, depending on what time and where you are on the allow list or wait list or in the public sale. So this potentially could be a good investing opportunity, depending on whether or not you want to get the physical sneaker or if you want to hold on to the NFT and then trade it in the open market before the redeem window. So just go to this website if you're interested to find out more information about that. So obviously, there's always a lot going on in the NFT and cryptocurrency space. So you definitely want to stay tuned here to Networkchain. We look forward to linking up with you soon. In the meantime, take care, and we'll keep you posted and updated with everything going on in this emerging market of cryptocurrency and NFTs. Take care. Bye-bye.